Good morning, everyone. Sorry about yesterday. I didn't feel too clever.
Morning.
Yeah, it was one of them days where I was hot and cold, so do apologise, but I'm back. Yes, I know I normally don't go live on a Thursday, but tomorrow's a busy day for us because I've got the hairdressers in the morning and we've got the opticians in the afternoon. So, and the reason why I'm late is we've had the shopping delivered. They were supposed to come between 9 and 10, and obviously they decided to come about 9:45. So I've been helping Mr. P put the shopping away. So yeah, and I have got my coffee. Welcome to the two viewers, by the way.
One of them's me. Hello.
Oh, so I did say if I felt well enough, I'd be going live today. So, and here I am. We've got the 3 viewers, and nobody's chatting in the chat. So yeah.
It's Real Chicks TV.
Hiya, Carla. How are you? I hope you're well. I feel a lot better than what I did. So still a bit sniffly and a bit bunged up, but I feel a lot better than what I did anyway. It was one of them days yesterday where I felt headachy, I felt blur all day. Yeah, I'm a lot better than what I was, Carla. I can't sort of say I'm 100%, but I'm a lot better than what I was. Yeah, I mean, it was like one of them days yesterday. We had the eating on all day. I was still freezing. I lay on the sofa with my dressing gown on top of my clothes. And then sort of when it got to the evening time, I went the opposite way and I was sweating like there's no tomorrow. So I think I've more or less sweat it out of me. Yeah. Pixie says we're going back to school this afternoon. I must still have got detention. So no, we have got to go to school, but Callum's school. And it's basically because he's obviously 16. He leaves school officially next year, but he's thinking of going to college. So it's basically just a meeting about that. You know, what does Callum want after he leaves next year? What do we want for Callum when he leaves next year? Because he has got a statement of special needs. And it's basically, well, it says come for a drink and mince pies, but I think the drink part is either tea or coffee, but it's only like for an hour. It's basically the careers people are going to be there. It's to have a discussion with them, have a discussion with the Senko teachers, etc. You know, it's just basically to discuss his options, basically. So yeah, and then same as I say, I won't be going live tomorrow because in the morning I've got the hairdressers because we've got a
dinner dance.
Yes, a dinner dance tomorrow evening. I've frozen. No, I was just going to say no. YouTube hasn't been fixed because I keep freezing. So I do apologise if I do keep freezing. There's nothing I can do about it. It's YouTube.
Put eating on then.
No, that was yesterday. So I do. It just keeps freezing. So I do apologise about it.
Frozen the once at the moment.
Well, it's froze several times on my end. So
it's just frozen again.
Yeah. So I do apologise if it keeps freezing, and again. So
Still good. That's what it sounds like.
I the good one. God, the good one. It says first. No, Pixie and
There's about 20 comments before that.
yeah. And I think the answer to has YouTube been fixed? No. All it keeps doing is keep freezing. So there were a lot having problems yesterday. It was basically showing no viewers or one viewer, and there were about 10 in the room. So
Crimson's in.
So yes, I will carry on regardless, and you'll have to sort of bear with me with it keep freezing. Carla says YouTube will never be fixed.
No.
So, but yeah, I mean, there were no end of people saying that they were having problems. It weren't showing the proper views, and they went to the own page and it was showing one figure, and then they go to video manager, it was showing another. You're going on Social Blade or the things like that, and it was saying entirely different.
Not the first thing I made up and got away with. I wasn't first. Not this time.
So yeah, so I mean, there were a lot of people, you know, moaning about glitches and what were one thing and another. Yeah. So did you want an invite up, Crimson, being as you're up bright and early? So yeah, so
I think it were all clocking morning at Canada.
I did go slightly later than what I usually do. Same as I say, the shopping, we've had the shopping delivered, and it said between 9 and 10 of, and obviously same as we said, knowing our luck, it'll come sort of either dead on 10 o'clock or come at 9:45. So I've had to help Chris put away the shopping.
Like I said.
So I mean, he does the heavy lifting and whatever, and I sort of just assist him, let's say. Oh, he's having some cereal. He says he'll come up after he's had his cereal.
Okay.
So hiya, Karate Joe.
Karate Joe.
Yeah, B&J Hunting. Hiya to you as well.
Hi, BJ.
Yes.
Yes. Pixie's an happy chappy.
Yes. Yes, that was one of the main reasons for having it delivered as well. Same as Chris says, I'm not carting all the booze and everything back from the Asda. So he says, bugger it. He says, we'll have it delivered. So basically, he's just had to walk from the front door with it. On. Well, Pixie's got a bottle of vodka. I mean, my sort of tipple is taboo. Yeah, it's like pot, but I like it. I'm not a big drinker. What did we get? Beck's, Foster's and Boddington's.
Yeah.
And a bottle of vodka.
You got taboo.
So yeah, I had a bottle of taboo. But we might add to that yet. But so yeah, I mean, we sort of can't say we're big drinkers any time, but at Christmas you've got to, haven't you?
I just hadn't got any.
We have still got a few things to get, you know. You know, but I mean, sort of just down the road from us, there's a little Asda, and what we need to get, we can get from down there. So it don't really matter. So it was sort of like, same as I say, the big stuff. So I've had we've had a turkey crown. So, you know, we've had that, and, you know, shopping and food. So yeah, we ain't got a deal, you know, just like little bits and bobs at the moment. So is everybody ready for Christmas?
We're getting there, aren't we, love?
Yeah, we're slowly getting there. So as I say, we've got a few busy days ahead of us. We've got school later on, and I've got hairdressers in the morning. We've got opticians in afternoon, and then more or less all day Saturday we're going to be out. So not ready at all. So as I say, food shopping parts of it's done. We've just got, you know, oh, it's his lad's birthday.
Happy birthday to God Junior.
But yeah, we've got this dinner dance tomorrow night. I mean, we art. We don't go out as a rule, but it's Christmas. It's sort of like a yearly. Hi Emma, how are you? Hey. It's sort of an annual thing. We go with the family. But it's sort of one of them occasions, if you know what I mean. But that's not our thing, you know. Family invited us, so we're going. Jesus, it's flipping Jesus' birthday, he says.
Oh, Jesus.
Catch on with it, man.
Absolutely. Not bad.
You'll have to excuse him. God is a bit slow on the uptake.
Well, you didn't repeat. You did. What did it? Correct.
I know. I'm busy waffling on about dinner dance and shopping coming in. I'm not too bad, Emma. I'm better than I were yesterday, put it that way. So
Where's Granddad, Emma?
So yeah, I've just been explaining, Emma, we've just had the shopping delivered. That's why we're a bit late at going live. I sort of booked the delivery slot, you know, so it had sort of be delivered and everything before I went live, but they left it till the last minute, let's just say. The delivery driver had got his Santa hat on. I don't know whether they were expecting a tip, but he didn't get one. I mean, I'm already paying for delivery, so I'm getting delivery driver a tip and all. And same as I said to Chris, when all said and done, at end of the day, he's getting paid to do it anyway. So why should, you know, yeah, I might sound like Scrooge, but one, you pay for delivery, and two, it gets paid for delivery shopping anyway. He's referring to Dennis, I think, Emma.
Yeah.
Dennis always refers to him as our kid, so he sort of calls him Grandad. I think it's a private joke. God said bar humbug. But you know, as the saying goes, it's the time of year to be eat, drink, and be merry. So we're not going out anywhere, well, apart from Friday night, but over the Christmas period we're staying at home. So you know, we're spending it with family. Well, just me, Callum, and Chris. I don't know whether it's Hangouts that's playing up. Yeah, eat, drink, fall over and smash your head on the pavement. Oh, Builders Friday evening. I'm sure Mr. Pixie will post a few pictures on Facebook of us in his refinery, because you don't very often see it. And
I'll be suit if I can still get in
it. Callum is actually coming with us this year.
Hey, Jerry.
Hi, Cherry Giggles. No, we're talking about eat, drink and be merry, and Chris says eat, drink, fall over and smash your head on the pavement. Okay then, B&J Hunting, see you later.
See you later, pal.
Only when he has a lot of beer. But same as I say, we don't go out very often, so we're sort of going to town tomorrow. Well, not going to town, but we're getting a taxi as well, so Chris can have a drink. The dinner dance last year, we couldn't get a taxi, so Chris ended up driving. He wasn't a happy chappy because he had to go all night without having a drink. So we've booked Ed this year. We've made sure we booked a taxi there and back in advance, because it's like the Friday before Christmas, so everybody and the mother will be out, you know. So we made sure we booked it ahead of time this year. So we have booked one there and back, so we know that Chris can have a drink.
Yeah, I might get slightly persistent.
Slightly.
No, it's only with family.
No, it's just like a Christmas dinner dance type of thing, you know. Meal and a dance and whatever. It's sort of a tradition with Pixie's, you know, family. We all go to a dinner dance only at Christmas. They are having it at a different venue this year, because there were a lot of complaints last year because they have a live band on, and everyone complaining it was too loud. No, you're not. But yeah, and as you know, we don't go out all that often, so it's sort of just our chance to get dressed up, you know, me to put a bit of makeup on. I'm going to have my hair done in the morning. I'm just having it washed and cut and blow dried. So yeah, I mean, same as I say, Chris will probably post some pictures on Facebook. And normally Callum, I mean, like last year, Callum didn't come with us. But because they're having it at a different venue this year and he's 16, you know, he's allowed to come this way. Yeah, I want Gordon Bennett. I'm saying nothing.
And that only.
Yeah. Well, you're not coming with me then, if that's all you're wearing. So
I yield, Pixie.
yeah, I don't think your mum and dad will be very pleased if you just turn up in a thong. Let's just say that. So yeah, exactly, Emma. You know, trust him to say something like that. I think he'd get a clip round here from his mum. I don't know about anybody else. But he knows he's in trouble when his mum calls him Christopher.
Besides that, where would I put my change?
Oh dear. Yeah. No, is it a thong here in the UK? It's a garment of underwear. Let's just leave it at that.
G-string for men.
Yeah. Something that's sort of not got a lot of material to it. Let's just leave it at that. And it leaves a lot to the imagination, let's just say.
Because I just actually bought this thong.
So with it, so where do you shove the money, Pixie? That's exactly what he's just said. I ain't got nowhere to put my change. But it's funny all day today as well, weather-wise. It were like, sky were white this morning. Touch wood, it hadn't rained. But now it's sort of blue sky. Sun is sort of out, but very dark over yonder. Like, it, you know, the rain clouds is coming over. No.
It looks a bit windy up there.
Emma says go in a mankini, Chris. He'll be going on his own, put it that way, Emma, if he does. An elf one.
An actual elf one, it be.
Yeah. So yeah, if it
We'll have breakfast now.
if he doesn't go in anything other than his suit, you're not becoming with me and Callum, because we'll go in a separate taxi.
I've got money, so
So yes, welcome to the 11 viewers. So as I say, I'm sorry about yesterday. I wasn't feeling too. Hi Alex, how are you? Just popping in to say hello. I've got work in a little bit, and I've got a table if that. Oh, Gordon Bennett. I'm just saying, Alex. Me and Chris and Callum are all going to a dinner dance tomorrow night. It's at a golf club, so it's a bit, you know. Oh yeah. Oh, while we get on the subject of drones, I don't know whether Alex has heard or not. Sort of about 9 p.m. There was an announcement made that one of the biggest airports in the UK, Gatwick Airport, had been closed because 2 drones had been sighted on the runway. Nah, I hope it's not where I work. I don't think so. I think it's Rotherham Way. I'm not sure.
Rotherham Golf Club.
Yeah, Rotherham Golf Club. But obviously, because it's a golf club, it's bound to be a bit, you know. So anyway, going back onto the subject, I think it was about 10 o'clock. There were a notification come through. Gatwick Airport had been closed down because 2 drones had been sighted flying over the runway at Gatwick Airport.
Got closed down for a few hours.
Yeah.
Then it reopened for 45 minutes, and another drone was spotted.
Yeah, it says about
it closed down in total for 6 hours.
It says about it were closed for so many hours. They gave the go ahead to reopen it, and then about 3 o'clock in the morning, another drone was sighted. But you see, this is the thing. I mean, you know, Chris is a drone flyer. Dennis is a drone flyer. Eagle VP is a drone flyer. And same as Chris says, it gives drone flyers a bad name. Well, responsible drone flyers. No, we don't live near Gatwick. The same as Chris was saying. Everybody who he knows in the drone community knows that airports are no-fly zones. You know, and being a responsible drone flyer, they wouldn't even contemplate going anywhere near an airport. So it's obviously someone that wanted to cause disruption. But there wasn't just one drone. Apparently there was 2. And then whoever it was, same as Chris just said, they reopened it, and 45 minutes later they shut it down again because another one had been sighted about 3 a.m. in the morning. So whoever it was had waited for all the furore to die down and then gone back out there. Yeah, the same as, I mean, we were watching the news this morning, Emma, you know, and we'd heard about the notification last night. And same as Chris says, it gives responsible drone flyers a bad name, because all drone flyers know that airports are a no-fly zone. So it's either, I mean, I don't like to sort of make assumptions, but I'm assuming it was some sort of, it was either a protest of some sort. Two, it was like a media outlet, let's just say. I don't know. I mean, probably, you know, the news will come out. But having said that, it also said on the news that flying in a no-fly zone, it is punishable by prison. So whoever it is must be aware of the fact that if they get caught, they could go to prison. Nah, same as Chris says, at the end of the day, it's not worth it not risking going to prison for something that's stupidity in the first place. So, yeah, Chris says it's 5 miles from an airport. That is a no-fly zone, let alone, yeah, a runway, and also 5 years in the nick. Yeah, they did say on the news this morning it's punishable by a 5-year prison sentence. So, yeah, I mean, the only thing I've got to say to them is, was it worth it? And if you get caught, you know, you're going down. Sorry, but not sorry. But it's like where we live. I mean, there's Bramall Lane. Same as Chris says, I'd love to be able to fly my drone over Bramall Lane, but it's a no-fly zone. You know what I mean? And plus it's in the city centre as well. So when everyone knows that all city centres are a no-fly zone. But you do get the odd one that are willing to push the luck and think they're being clever and, you know, trying to be clever and think they're going to get away with it. But
you can fly there if you got permission.
Yeah.
But not just go out and do it anyway.
Oh, Crimson's back.
Oh, Crimo.
And what else was in the news as well? There's been a bit of an uproar in the House of Commons because supposedly Jeremy Corbyn called Theresa May a stupid woman, and now they're all up in arms because, you know, they're saying that he's directed it at all women. It blah blah. And same as I said to Chris, it was just a remark. You know, yeah. Why?
It's not wrong because she is.
You know, why get all up in arms about it? This homeless, this, you know, this. You know what I mean? To me, it's just stupid. I mean, that's something else that's just stupid. You know what I mean? And it, basically on the news this morning, they sort of played it in slow motion. Make your own mind up. I thought, you know, I've got worse things to worry about than wondering whether he called her a stupid woman or what. You know, it seems like
it's like, who cares, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the up in arms about slightest little thing. I have sent you an invitation, Crimson. You know what I mean? It's a case of same as whether he called her, you know. But same as I say, you can't understand the mentality of it, you know. There's all these NHS cutbacks and homelessness and you name it, and they're going off on one because it's called somebody stupid. So
I get called stupid every day. Don't bother me.
You know, and I'm this way. If cap fits, then you know. But that's just my opinion. So yeah. So sort of that's the headlines at the moment. You know, is Is it only me? But no, it keeps freezing, Crimson. I don't know why in that sense the title is YouTube being fixed, because there's been that many glitches over the past few days. I have sent you the invitation, Crimson. I'll send it you again. It does keep freezing. I mean, it were like when Chris went live last night, it was sort of like buffering, and Bella couldn't get back in, and it were buffering on my phone, so I had to fire laptop up, and you know, it were one of them things where I don't know. Yeah. You know, it were case you throw your hand up in here and thinking, oh, you know, what now? So I mean, hopefully it should let you on the Hangouts, Crimson. I mean, unless that's broken as well. Yeah, some as I say, it keeps freezing. So why, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, if it goes off, I shall restart it, you know. But I said to Chris, what should I do? Should I keep going? And he just says, yeah, keep going, because it'll come back eventually.
Settle down a bit.
So it could be the weather. You just don't know. Could be the weather affecting the Wi-Fi. It could be a number of things. Hey,
hope she's here now.
Hey. She says, good morning, Jeanette, and everyone, all of my dear, sweet, lovely friends, and you too, Pixie. Hiya, Sharon, by the way. Have you done the editing yet? Oh, it sort of just appeared.
Hello.
Yeah, Emma says, have you done the edit? Yeah, I can't get my words out now. Have you done the editing yet, Crims to Grace?
I'm going to be starting that like real soon. I just finished completing my video, like one of my last videos. So yeah, that's definitely going to be coming out. How was everybody?
I'm not too bad. I'm a lot better than I were yesterday. I've sort of been hitting a bit this week. I felt all right Tuesday, and then sort of crashed and burned yesterday. I couldn't get warm all day yesterday, and then come sort of evening time, I was sweating.
Oh, you're getting like the night sweats and stuff?
Pardon? Yeah. Yeah. It's all right. I mean, I was telling Chris this morning about Keith being live at about 10 to 2 this morning.
Oh, I know. I was like, how are we getting him up this late? Because usually, like, I can get him till about 12 o'clock his time.
Well, you see what it was. It was that Aerial Views and Histories. He'd gone live about 10 o'clock. I mean, we went to bed about 11:30, and they were still live then.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in. He has that tunnel vision to make it work for sure.
Carry on. So yeah, so I mean, I sort of, I couldn't sleep, so I came down here and I went, "What, you two still on?"
Oh, I know. No, but at least he's got a lot done. Like I can tell, like he's gonna pull the Skype thing like down perfectly.
But yeah, I mean, not being funny or anything, but I sort of slightly felt intimidated because they were like wanting me to go up on the Skype. And same as I says, I wasn't dressed appropriately. I was in my night attire.
Only a select few would probably see that. You know, he'll probably mark it unlisted. You know, you can go on in your nightgown.
But no, same as I say, not that I'm sort of She says, I hope you realise me saying that translates as you're actually one of my favourite people. But yeah,
No.
I saw it, same as I said, it weren't actually Keith that was sort of badgering me to go up. It was Steve, and I says to him, I says, I was still half asleep, even though I couldn't sleep, if you know what I mean. But I'd sort of, I didn't want to, if you know what I mean. And I felt slightly badgered a little bit by Steve.
Yeah,
Sorry,
you didn't want to be the guinea pig of the night, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be the guinea pig.
But I mean, if you're watching Steve or Keith, no disrespect or anything, but same as I say, it was sort of early hours of the morning. I was sort of half asleep, even though I couldn't sleep. Plus, I weren't dressed appropriately, and
It was kind of on the spot too. Yeah, it was late at night as well, so I understand what you're saying.
so I mean, had it been sort of early evening, I might have considered it, but because it were early hours of the morning, well, I can't say I felt intimidated, but I felt sort of under pressure, and wanted me to go on, if you know what
Absolutely. I mean. And Pixie says, I don't need a sack, I'm too sexy for them. Everything looks good in good lighting. That's all I'm going to say.
It's all right. It's Pixie and Balmer. They've sort of got this thing going on, and he says she was sacked. And
yeah, because she admitted that says we're sacked.
You can tell they're taking the piss out of each other.
Yeah. So I won't be live in the morning either, because I've got hairdressers quite early in the morning, because we've got this dinner dance tomorrow evening.
Ooh, a dinner dance. How's that gonna be? Like, are you gonna like vlog it? Are you gonna take some photos?
Probably just take some photographs.
Oh, cool.
But it sort of is one and only chance to get sort of dressed up and me to slap some makeup on, and it's only
I could see you guys doing it. Like, have you seen the movie Date Night with like Tina Fey and Steve Carell? Like, I could see you guys doing that. Like, you go there, this crazy night.
It's not a date night, because it'll be a 3-way date night, because Callum's coming with us.
Oh, okay. It's not an oh my date night. It's just kind of like a family event. Yeah.
We've got a third wheel. Well, about 7 wheels, because his mum and dad's going to be there. His sister and her husband, his other sister and his niece, and there's usually about 7 or 8 of us.
Did Chris do that last year as well? Because I remember him doing an edit with all the photos and stuff.
Yeah, we did, but they're having it at a different venue this year.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool how you mix it up like that.
Okay then, Bella. She says she's left me a message.
Hey, Bella, I loved your song "Sacrifice."
Very good.
Very, very good. I love she engages the camera, like she like dances. You get into this like hypnotic zone when she sings.
Yeah.
Who are we talking about now?
Bella.
Oh, Bella.
The sacrifice.
Oh.
No, I said it gives off like an 80s feel.
Bella's message.
Yeah.
But
fish cake, that I still can't get over that nickname.
So I mean, like last year's, there were a lot of people complaining, because they do have a live band on, and everybody were complaining it were way too loud.
Yeah, you want to be able to talk to like your guests and stuff like that. That's exactly.
I mean, the venue that it were at last year, I mean, it was that loud that most of the night me and Chris spent in the bar, because that's the only way we could sort of get a conversation, were by going in the bar, because nobody could hear anything that anybody was saying.
Yeah, you gotta like scream in their ear, and they're like, "What? And you gotta keep doing it again. Yeah, I understand.
No, it were way too loud. And
oh, Jeanette's gone.
why they haven't? So it should be all right. Let's touch wood and keep his fingers crossed. What have I missed? Not a lot, really, Bella. We were just talking about Gatwick Airport being closed due to drones on the runway.
And we're talking about how Bob and Grits has a bag over her head for different reasons. We haven't found out why yet.
Well, as you know,
down south we call it buggy.
yeah. Us in the UK have got different meanings to what you have and what the USA have. You know, I mean, like Cheery Giggles we're talking about earlier on, because Chris says he's just going in his thong to this dinner dance, and Cheery Giggles were saying, well, in Australia, a thong is a pair of flip-flops. Hi, DIY and Bob.
Okay, I didn't know that. It's definitely not that in North America.
I don't know what Tucker's up to. He's in the bag somewhere. I say.
No,
I can hear rustling.
Where is? I can't see him.
You should really do that, Emma. I would love to see that. You know, it does take a little bit of confidence and like nerve to do it. Like I used to hide behind my edits.
But you see, the thing is, it's like up until me having my YouTube channel, I'd never been in front of camera. I didn't sort of envisage myself in front of a camera. You know what I mean? And it's it's like even doing the vlogs, I was nervous because I was sort of, I knew what I wanted to say, but I couldn't get the words out because I was that nervous at just talking into a camera, basically.
Yeah, exactly. No, like that nerve goes away after a while. Like it's still there a little bit, but especially that anxiety before you do like a big live stream or something. But once you go on, like everything's good. You know, that's how I do it.
But I mean, Emma's saying, she says, thank you, Chris, but no confidence whatsoever since being poorly. I can understand that, Emma, because I sat here on Tuesday and Cheery Giggle says, are you okay? You don't look well. You know what I mean? And it does knock your confidence when people are saying to you that you don't look well. You know what I mean?
I've had compliments where, like, you know, backwards compliments where, wow, Steve actually looks hot again. So like I've gotten those kind of like comments too. So yeah, well, you know, like as YouTubers, we have our good days, we have our bad days, and we have the days where we look stunning.
Did Bella want to invite up onto the panel? If you don't feel up to it and don't feel under any pressure to come up on the
I want to bug Bella. It's been a while. I want to bug her.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I sort of didn't it was just like because Emma was saying she didn't have any confidence, but when you're poor, it does knock your confidence, you know, that people are concerned about you, that you don't look well, etc. Because, you know, honestly, since about Monday, I felt absolutely crap. You know what I mean? You know, and
you want to shake you want to shake off that sickness. You want to like.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Bella. I mean, you know, this is only my second time going live this week, and Bella had sort of messaged me and says, I feel and I look absolutely, you know, awful, so we're not becoming on the panel. So basically, you know, it's a generalized thing. You know what I mean? I mean, I didn't mean any sort of harmful intentions, Cheery.
No, she means she's generalizing just in general. Like when you get comments like that, it was like an example.
But I can understand. You know, I was just saying I can understand how Emma feels. You know, she's not appeared on camera before. Well, you know, but it's the fact that if you're not feeling well, you feel and you feel like you look crap anyway. You know what I mean?
Hey, I look like shit. I mean, I look like bad in the morning, so I understand what you're saying. Like that's why I don't go on camera with you guys. Like you don't want to see morning Steve with his bedhead and his bad breath. Like
Hiya, Elegant Homestead. Yeah, Bella says she's had comments before saying she's a bit old to be doing beauty. I don't agree with that for 1 minute, Bella, because
age isn't nothing but a number at the end of the day.
Can I put it this way? I mean, the age that Bella is, she's absolutely stunning for her age, and I don't mean that in a bad way. You know,
she's got it going on. Bella's got it going on.
And the fact that, you know, that she is a beauty diva and she does know what she's talking about, you know, you can't sort of wrap your mind around anybody saying that comment. You're never too old to be doing beauty.
Well, I'm too old to be playing video games. So there's always going to be those backseat commenters, you know, at the end of the day. They just want to do what you're doing and they're afraid, you know. That's how I look at it.
You know, I mean, I often say, I mean, them sort of comments is, they say these comments because they're only jealous because Bella looks so beautiful.
She does. There's no reason to hate on Bella other than she's beautiful and perfect.
You know, same as I've said, if she was to come on with no makeup on, you know, she's still beautiful.
It's true. A lot of men prefer less makeup.
But, you know, I mean, and as we always say here in the UK, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. No, I mean, you have an amazing voice.
She says, thank you, you're making me cry. Well, I'm same as I mean, I said to Bella, I mean, you know, we private message one another, and she were on about the song and she'd done another one and Bass thought it were crap, so she didn't publish it. And I says, well, look, I'm sort of person, if I think it's crap, I'll tell you it's crap.
Oh, I've had Jeanette approve a couple of my songs and they did really well. So like she's good at that. She's good at telling you if the song is wank or not.
Hiya, Shelley, which is the Welsh reviewer. But yeah, I mean, and it's like,
I've never seen her before.
She does a lot of interviews actually, Crimson, and sort of well known.
Is that one of just the actors?
Yes.
The actors? I thought it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll definitely check her out.
But you see, I mean, it's like Chris. I mean, when he does the drain videos, he'll always say, as soon as he publishes it, vlogs up, you know, and he asked me to take a look at it, and he'll say, well, what do you think? Now, there is certain things I'll say, well, like the Bolsover Castle one, the one that is just done. I says that sort of shot at the very beginning was absolutely fantastic. Now, it did say, I forgot what it's called now, like where he put the circle round it, you know, it were a case of, he's his own worst critic. And I said,
oh yeah,
you know, from sort of a layman, I thought it were absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
Hi, Frozen Fury.
Hey, Frozen Fury, how's it going, man?
But it's a case of, you know, when I same as I said to you, you're not just saying that, are you? And I says, well, look, and I've told Bill at saying, if I think it's crap, I'll tell you it's crap.
That's what I like about Jeanette. She don't play. Like she, you know, I mean, straight up, yeah.
I mean, it's like Crimson. He sort of.
Oh no, you left.
The version before it's published. What do you think of this? And I'll say, well, you know, it's something different, but it shows that you can take yourself out your comfort zone.
Oh yeah. like when I feel afraid when I'm uploading a song, that's when I know that I've done well. You know, like when you have that scared feeling, you know you're getting out of that comfort zone.
I mean, it were like, were it last week sometime? You did a ballad type.
Oh yeah, with the guitar and everything.
It's freezing again. It were like he sent me sort of before it were published and everything, 2 choices of songs, and I says, well, I prefer that ballad type because it's something that you don't normally do. It's out your comfort zone. People aren't going to expect that from Crimson.
Oh no, I didn't even expect that for myself. But yeah, it's fun to just switch it up too, and it's good to have like friends on YouTube that you can like talk to off screen and be like, can you take a look at this? Like if you ever asked me to review like like one of your recipes for your like show, I would do that. Like I would watch it.
Yeah, I mean, and Bella's just put in the chat, being made up glam and doesn't make you feel good on the inside. I don't see anything. But you see, that's you looking at yourself, Bella. I mean, we all do that. We all look in the mirror and thinking, well, God, my hair's a mess and I look absolutely awful and my hair needs cut. You know what I mean? We all see that when,
Yeah.
And I think everybody does that. They look in the mirror and don't see anything special.
No, like sometimes you need that like affirmation or that like confirmation from people, but yeah, eventually it comes within yourself, I guess, at the end of the day.
Yeah, Cheery Giggle says we are our worst critics, and I'm saying, and it's same as Crimson's just said. You look to others for affirmation that you're doing the right thing. Now, I mean, Gail came up with the Lemon Drizzle Revisited, and I'm thinking, well, that was one of the very, very early baking vlogs. And so basically she said, you could do it with a twist.
Bye, Elegant Homestead.
But okay, then. See you later, Elegant Homestead, and thank you for joining us. And I sort of thought about it that night, and I'm thinking, I said to Chris, I says, well, I could do like the lemon drizzle, but where you make like the drizzle lemon and using lemons. I could do one like using oranges.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah.
And then as another alternative, I could use limes, and it's not going to be called lemon drizzle, obviously, because you're not using lemons. But it's something on the same lines, but with a twist.
Yeah, you're kind of like remixing your old vlog. You know what I mean? That sounds cool. Like that would be awesome if you change it up with orange. Reminds me of those like orangey chocolates you get on Christmas. The cherries chocolate orange.
Yeah.
Do you ever get those?
Yeah. But I mean, funny thing is, I've been researching because I saw a recipe for it. It's called orange chiffon cake.
Yeah.
But this is sort of on the similar grounds, but obviously, in the lemon drizzle, you put the zest of the lemon in the cake, but the drizzle is external to that, and use the juice for it.
That must be hard getting the right amount of like bitterness to it and like the sugary part, because you don't want it to be too like orangey.
See what the actual drizzle is caster sugar with the juice of whatever fruit you want to use.
Oh, so okay. Yeah.
And when it comes straight out the oven, okay, then Shelley, I'll speak to you later. You prod it and make holes in the top of it while it's still warm, and put the drizzle over the top of it, you see, so it actually soaks into the cake.
Oh, so yeah, it absorbs it.
Yeah. So I suppose in a way you can use any citrus fruit. Bella says, I'll do a baking video. It'll make Jeanette look like Mary Berry.
I don't know who Mary Berry is, but that sounds funny.
She's a well-known cook, chef, whatever you want to call her, but she's in her later years.
Oh.
So yeah, but I mean, it's the drizzle. You can like make it more or less make it anything you want it with citrus fruits, you know, oranges, limes, lemons.
It's like you use a pomegranate.
Well, it's got to be something that you can use the juice out of as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is hence the reason why we came up with the orange and the limes. But I also thought of sort of filming Callum and Chris doing like the taste test and giving them that's the orange drizzle. That's the lime drizzle. Which do you prefer? And is it as good as the lemon drizzle?
I think that's a good idea. That adds kind of like a deeper element to your vlogs as well. And I always like seeing people taste it at the end. You know, like I don't want to watch a cooking video and then at the end it's like you don't get to see them eating it. Like I want to see them be like, this is so good.
But you see, same as I say, I thought it'd be a good idea, sort of, well, you know, give them a slice each, you know, a slice of orange and slice of a lime, and say, well, out of the two, which do you prefer, and is it as good as the lemon drizzle?
Yeah, exactly. No, that would be a good idea. I would like to see Callum's like input on it.
But I mean, Callum loves any cake. Let's just
he'll eat anything.
Yeah. Well, I will. It does have his limits. I mean, there's certain things that I've made, and he'll say, I'm not all that keen on this. You know what I mean? But he's honest. He'll say, you know, Chris will like it, and Callum won't, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but there aren't been many things that I've made that, you know. But having said that, he's not eating it, if you know what I mean. He's eating it, but not enjoyed it as much as sort of other things that I've made.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like Bella's underestimating herself. I feel like she'd make something really good.
But I mean, as I was saying before you came in, Bella, we've had the shopping delivered, so sort of it's going to be a baking frenzy this weekend. I always like to make mince pies, so I have actually cheated and bought frozen pastry because I've got that much to do and so little time to do it. So I like to make mince pies. So I've got the mince meat, and I make some things what we call them maids of honor, but they're like a short crust pastry base, teaspoonful of jam, and then it's sponge on the top, and that's what we call maids of honor.
Ooh, that sounds good.
But it's like you've got the pastry, the jam, and then like sponge top. Well, I always make them every Christmas. I'm
a fan of the sponge. I love that. So that sounds very good.
So yeah, so I've got all that to do. I was thinking I might vlog gingerbread. Well, I can't say men because being in politically right,
man, it always has been
you know what I mean? People.
Yeah.
But I have got both genders of cookie cutters. I've got gingerbread men and women.
I still can't get over your penis cookies in the summer.
Bella's put, no, Steve, really, I'd send you one of my cakes over it, but it might bring the plane down.
Have a good night, Cherry Giggles, and yeah.
Okay, well, okay then, Cherry Giggles, thank you for coming in.
See you, Cherry.
But
Send me over some cookies. I'll take a test, Beauty.
same as I always say. I mean, she says she can't bake, but Becca makes cakes for a living, which is Bella's daughter, who makes cakes for a living.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. She does like birthday cakes, christening cakes, wedding cakes, you name it.
Oh, that's her name, Sharon. I'm going to call her that for now on.
Balmer Grits is Sharon. I don't think Balmer Grits is going.
Oh.
Shelley is the Welsh reviewer, and Cheery Giggles is from Australia.
Yeah. I've been to a couple of her live streams. She should live stream some more.
Yeah, Elegant Home says, oh, wow, 4 of my 5 dogs are out. Got to go chase them. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you for coming in.
I can only imagine. Like, yeah, when dogs don't want to come in, they won't come in.
I say Steve thinks he's got it bad and he's only got the one.
Oh, she's a handful,
though.
You saw the last video I sent you of her.
Yes. Typical diva. I mean, it's like Lucy.
I don't know what it is. She just feels like when she wants human food, she's entitled to it. And she'll just sit there and she'll bark in the kitchen. And I took a video of me coming around the corner and showing her just like barking at nothing. And I'm like, you're still here? And she looks at me. She's like, are you going to get me the food now? Like,
it was like this morning. I mean, when I come down, I sort of get the coffees running. I get Callum his breakfast, and sort of Lucy just sat there. I mean, she don't normally have anything to do with me, and she just sat there with these doe eyes looking at me as if to say, well, aren't you going to feed me? You know what I mean? It were, well, you don't want anything to do with me under normal circumstances, but because you're wanting feeding, you know, you're looking at me all, you know, doe-eyed as if to say, butter won't melt in a mouth.
That cute little cat meow, like, meow, meow. I can just see it.
Sort of looks at you like this, you know, head tilted to one side,
yeah.
At me as if to say, you know, I'm being good. Can you feed me? Oh, thank you, Emma. Emma's put Jeanette is very talented when it comes to cakes. But you see,
I still want her to make some pies. You know what kind?
But you see, the thing.
Yeah.
With my channel, I don't like to do, even though I could do things that are really complicated, I don't like doing things that are too complicated, because the aim of my channel is to teach people how to bake things and make things that are simple enough for anybody to follow my lead, let's say.
And that's why I like your channel, is because it's like you inspire me, like someone that hasn't cooked in their life, to want to go and, like, you know, make your apple turnover, or, you know, like whatever you make that day. You know, like I really like your recipes.
But it's, like, you know, same as I say, that's the aim of what I do, is I don't like to do things too complicated and then sort of people watch it and then turn off halfway as, oh, this is too complicated for me. I'd never be able to make that in a month of Sundays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I like to, for want of a better word, I like to inspire people to say, well, yeah, I think I can make that. That looks simple enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you feel good knowing that you're getting people cooking. Yeah.
You know, and same as I've always said to Chris, it gives me that satisfaction when I get comments and people say, well, I've made that and it turned out quite good, actually. You know what I mean? And that's the whole aim of doing it, because of getting these comments back and saying, well, look, I followed your recipe and I did what you told me to do, and it's actually turned out all right. You know
exactly. What I mean? You feel like your mission's accomplished. You know, like in a way, yeah. I get that when some people have told me they've added like my songs to their playlists on their phone, and I'm just like, wow, that's like an honor. You know what I mean? To have it with like, you know, so it's like I understand what you're saying. Like you feel good knowing that like people are, you know, responding to it well.
Yeah. Oh, she. Bella says Jeanette has a sort of beauty that can't be got in a shop. I wish more people were like her. Beautiful faces are many on YouTube. Jeanette's beautiful art is a rare thing.
And that right there sums up Jeanette like 100%. Like I couldn't say it any better. I'd probably say the same thing, but Jeanette's good. Like that's how I would say it.
But I mean, it's like Bella with what she does. She does the get readies with me. I mean, and her thing is to basically give tutorials to people, you know. I mean, like she did one the other day about prepping her skin for when she wears makeup, and I basically said, well, I don't do any prepping, I just slap it on and, you know, away I go, sort of thing. But that's
yeah, exactly.
and making cakes is my thing, if you know what I mean.
Like, you know, we're doing the hobbies that we enjoy and we're showing it to everybody. You know, like we're showing what we love, like through a channel at the end of the day.
It's a case of, yeah, I use a concealer because I do have like odd spots occasionally. I use foundation, but as regards, you know, I just slap it on and hope for best. You know what I mean?
Hey, I use moisturizers, like male moisturizers, so it's all good.
You know, but same as Bella says, it's her passion and she's had it since she was young. Well, you know, I mean, it's same with me. Your passion's singing. My passion's baking. Bella's passion is makeup. Like Emma's passion is singing. You know what I mean? And you've got to have that passion in order to sit there in front of the camera and do what you do.
I just thought of a song me and Emma could do. You know, Umbrella by Rihanna.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, I could see me doing that with somebody, but like I just thought of that right now. I don't know.
Yeah. And for anybody that it's sort of just come to my mind, Gail is doing like a carol thing on Saturday evening.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought, well, I'll just remind everybody. I mean,
it's good you brought that up. Yeah.
Higher bars, you know, it's not for everybody. I mean, Bella can't be there because she's traveling down to her daughter's because they're spending Christmas with her daughter. So Bella did say, and Gail knows that she can't be there anyway. But it'd be nice to everybody to go and support Gail, which is Random Life Productions. You know, Bella's sort of there, offering my services. And I says, you know, you don't want me singing and scaring everybody away.
Hey, it's not about that. Like, you know, like it's about having fun. That's what I tell people on my channel. It's like you don't necessarily have the best voice. As long as you're having fun, you know, you're doing your thing. Like that's all that matters.
Baz has put morning, Jeanette, sweetheart. And Bella's put under my umbrella, Rella. Yeah. I've remembered which one it is now. You see, a title of a song don't mean anything to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There again,
no, I'm like that too. You got to hear the song. Like I won't know like movie names, but like if I see the movie, I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen that. Like I'm the same way.
And I can hear songs on the radio, and I might hear them a few days later and think, now what's this called again? You know what I mean? Yeah, and say Bella's just not about the voice; it's about the fun.
Yeah, but it's not like that with trolls, though.
But you know, same as I was saying. I mean, like, you know, we've got this small community. We do support one another. You know, we're there to support Bella when she goes live. We'll be there to support Baz when he decides to go live. You know what I mean? And
yeah, you guys were in my video game stream, so yeah, we all support each other for sure.
You know, and it's a case of we support each other. I mean, like Emma with the singing, you with your singing, Bella. I always watch Bella's videos. I always, you know, sort of watch it in full. Not that I learn anything. I'm not, you know what I mean? Not that I learn anything. I mean, you know.
Well, I've learned a lot from the Beauty Divas.
But my outlook on beauty, well, not like putting makeup on. If I look decent, I look all right, if you know what I mean.
It's kind of like a gamble. You just like roll the dice. You're like, oh, it's good today.
You know what I mean? It's a case of, same as I say, I wear concealer, I put foundation on, slap lippy, and that's about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I get totally confused with Steve's lives. Yeah, my chat's a little funny. Like, they're a little different. You know, some of my regulars, but we have a good time. So I completely understand what you're saying. I don't understand it sometimes myself.
I mean, it's like I've often said to Chris, we not gamers. You know what I mean? But we like to come into your life just there to show that we're there for you, that we support you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and a lot of times people aren't there for the game. It's just kind of in the background. We're just talking. Like, you know, like we're not talking about the game. Like, I had one person be like, there's 13 people in the chat and not once talking about the game.
But it's there again. It's like Chris. When he does the live streams, they get on about drones, etc. I don't, you know, and then they talk about OBS and all this and that and other. I don't understand a lot of it. You know, resolutions and bits per minute and shutter exposures and all this, that, and other.
Yeah. No, I understand. And they do go really fast.
Bella says, I'm as good at gaming as I am baking. But, I mean, you know, it's each individual have got their own niche, as I call it. And same as Bella, Gail calls it the niche. Her thing is tech stuff and cameras and photography and obviously the kaleidoscopes, etc. That's what.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what Gail does and what she does best.
Well, I'd hate to see us doing stuff that we didn't like, you know, like, and we're doing stuff that we knew nothing about. So it's good that we're doing stuff we actually know.
But you see, the thing is as well, I mean, I put fear of God up in Callum because obviously, you know, I've been going to see the physiotherapist. And when he told me I'd got arthritis in the base, you know, I'd got arthritis in the base of my thumb. And he says, basically, the best thing you can do for it is like exercise. So I sort of came home and I says, physiotherapist says I've got to do like exercises, and I says only thing I know that involves the thumb, I says, is gaming. I says, so basically, I says, he says, oh, that's a good idea. He says you'll be able to, you know, play on Xbox with your son. You know, it's good exercise for your thumb. And his sort of face went all ashen and white as if to say, oh God, my mum's going to come in my bedroom and play games with me. You know what I mean?
I would think that would be awesome. You know, like if my dad, like sometimes my dad like sits and plays games with me. I always love that. It's a great bonding experience.
But the thing is, I mean, it's like his game is what I call safe haven, if you know what I mean.
Oh, you know, yeah, definitely. I know what you're saying.
Online, and you know, they play games between themselves, and you know, the fear of dread, look on his dread on his face when he thought that I might be sitting there, you know, playing the game with him.
You're like, let's play some Fortnite, Callum.
You know what I mean? It was just
yeah.
a dread on his face, even though I were only winding him up. You know what I mean? It was sort of like that look that he gave me when he thought I were going to start, you know, sitting there with him on his game, playing his games with him, you see.
It's that age as well. Like when I was a teenager, like my bedroom was like my safe haven. It's like no one was allowed to go in it. I had everything a certain way. Like it's like your little like man fort. Like I understand how he feels.
It's all right, Bella's just poor. Baz can laugh. He's the poor sod who has to eat them.
Oh my!
But you know, as they say, Bella, practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the better you get at it.
Oh yeah, you should see my like first videos. Ooh, ooh.
I think she's on about cake baking, actually. You know, I think, you know, it's a case of, but I mean, my mum used to bake a lot, and it's sort of from an early age, I used to sit and watch and help my mum bake cakes, and that's where I get it from. You know, it's a case of, you know, the more you do it, the better at it you become.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was 5 years old when I beat the first Super Mario. Like, so like I was playing like since I was like 3 years old.
But it's a case of there again, it's a case of self-confidence, isn't it? Really, you've got to have the confidence in yourself to be able to do it.
Yeah, YouTube helps with confidence, I find.
You know, and it's a case of, I mean, it's like I made it that many times, I could more or less do it with my eyes shut. I WrestleMania. You know, it's a case of having the confidence to get out your comfort zone. You know, it's a case of, you know, same as I say, to me, like the lemon drizzle, I've made it that many times, I could do it with my eyes closed. It's like when Chris made the birthday cake for Callum. He thought, well, I'm going to make a mess of it, blah, blah, blah. And I says, well, basically, all it is, you just chuck everything in a dish. You've got electric mixer. That's doing the job for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's taking yourself out your comfort zone. And funnily enough, he had a ton of views on that. You know, because it's, you know, it's something that he don't normally do. It took him out his comfort zone. The same as I said, I've gave you basically the easiest cake recipe to make. You just bung everything in a dish, mix it up, put it in the oven, voila, you've done.
Yeah, I still want to do that challenge you gave me.
So yeah, I mean, it's I mean, you know, once you're settled, and I mean, obviously you're living with your dad. If you know, if you still want to do it, I mean, I'm up for.
Yeah, definitely.
But you see, the thing is, I mean, Bella's just said my mum used to ruin a cake mix packet. I inherited her skills. But to me, I mean, being a baker, if you're going to make it out of a packet, then you're cheating. I mean, yeah, I know I've said I've bought the frozen pastry, but I mean, no, under normal circumstances, I'd make my own pastry, but it's the time element of it, and I've got so much to do in so little time, so I've gone out and bought frozen pastry, only for the fact that it's the time element.
Yeah, you can't make everything from scratch. Like pastry, yeah, you got to buy the crust.
I mean, it's like I've been out and bought some rough puff pastry. Now that is very time consuming to make that from scratch.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's a case of you make the dough, you put it out, you put another butter here, then you fold it over, and then you fold it over and roll it out, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That would take forever.
You know, in my it's I've got so much to do in so little time, if you know what I mean. Plus, if I'm doing the vlogs as well about the, you know, the orange drizzle and the lemon drizzle, and I wanted to do like gingerbread men and whatever, and it's just, you know, I'm going to be stretched doing the vlogs as well as doing like my own baking for the Christmas period.
Yeah, yeah, it must get stressful, you know, like cooking for the holidays and stuff like that. Like, I've never had to do it, but like I've seen like, you know, my mom and stuff, like she would struggle and like have the turkey and everything. Yeah, I could see that being very stressful.
You know, I've sort of it's the time element, plus the fact that I've not been well as well. So it's sort of just, you know, you can't sit in front of a camera doing a baking vlog if you're not feeling up to it, if you're not feeling well in yourself.
Yeah, I don't force it to come out. Like my motto is like quality over quantity.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And it's I can do a good everyday dinner, not as good as Baz, but he's been to catering. Well, this is it, Bella. But you see, the thing is, it's same as I say, like singing would be out my comfort zone. You know, I couldn't sort of sing in front of the camera.
But
Well,
I was proud of you and Pixies for doing that though. Like when you sing "This Little Light of Mine."
that is the one and only time I've done it, and I you know, I stuttered. You know what I mean? It's a case of I wasn't comfortable doing it because, you know, by any stretch of the imagination, um,
And like
you know, you
Smeal's
can't.
kind of like you got to get used to Smule because some like there's a lot of things that you need to know about it before you make the song and like the mixing of it and stuff like that. Like it's taken me a while to like master.
Yeah, Baz says, hope you feel. I feel a lot better today, Baz. I mean, it was like a case yesterday we got eating on, and I was cold all day.
Yeah, it's just leaving.
And I even sort of wore my dressing gown and I was fully clothed. I got a jumper on and everything, but I was still cold. But then as it got sort of later on in the day, I went the opposite way and I was sweating. Oh, that should be good, Emma. She's going to attempt walking in the air today from the film The Snowman.
I don't get it.
I'm not going to sing it because I'd crucify it, but there's a film called The Snowman, and I think were it Aled Jones?
Is this like with Michael Keaton? No, I have no idea what movie this is.
It's sort of like when he were in his younger years, if you know what I mean. But it's been a popular song at Christmas ever since. One of your, well, not your vans anymore, but there's a, what's it for people? Van Aert, they were ladders on top. So it's all right. Pixie's feeling a bit under the weather today. So,
my dog's struggling to get on my bed. Like my new bed. Like she tries to get up and like she'll fall halfway and like she'll just eventually she just gives up and just lays on the floor. She's trying to get up.
Bella's put no, Stephen. It's an animated film. It is an animation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this one was like live action and like the snowman was actually animated. That was it.
No, this is I mean, it's I can't even remember what year it was.
Snowman's flying in air with a kid in his
Yeah, it's like the animated snowman is flying through the sky with this kid holding hands, and
That sounds psychedelic.
Unless you've seen it, you don't know. You can't.
No, I understand what you're saying, but like I'm just envisioning this flying snowman just going across the sky, like.
Yeah, I'm just going to Google it and see if I can sort of.
No worries.
YouTube.
Yeah, it was first brought out in 1982.
Okay, so I get the vibe for it. Yeah,
that's what I'm referring to. It's a wait till it focuses. That is the picture of the snowman.
Can you move it over to the right a little? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like the Rudolph snowman.
So yeah, that is actually the film, and it says 1982. So all right, I'm just.
I think you'll rock it, Emma, for sure.
It says after an English boy makes a snowman on Christmas Eve, it comes to light to take him on an adventure to the North Pole to meet Santa Claus.
Okay.
It says directed by Diane Jackson with David Bowie, Raymond Briggs on Christmas Eve. Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm sure Aled Jones sang it though.
It is. No.
So yeah, I mean that's the film that we're talking about. Hiya, Kate, how are you? Bella's just put you can sing anything, Emma. Your voice is on a whole different level.
Oh yeah, you should check out her song "You Don't Owe Me." She did a really good job with that.
But I mean, the experience that Bella's got as well. I mean, she did used to be in a group when she was younger, and she she says she can't sing, but same as I said to Bella, I've heard a lot worse on YouTube. Let's just put it that way. It was Aled Jones. You know what I mean?
Don't think I haven't forgotten about you, Bella. I'm still gonna harass you for that song.
But yeah, same as I said to Bella, I mean, compared to some people on YouTube, Bella can sing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely. 100%. Like Bella's the shit.
Yeah, and it's I've got an itch right in the middle of my back now. It's a case of some people that download the Shmuel songs. If that were me, I'd be ashamed to publish that. You know what I mean?
That's how I feel about my older songs.
I mean, yeah, I did this little Out of Mind, but that was the only one and only time. And funnily enough, I had to sing it 4 times before I even sort of satisfied with the way it sounded. I mean, even when after it were published, and I thought, no, singing's not my thing.
Yeah, like it sits in the back of your mind, like, is it good? Is it good?
Yeah,
like, did I do a good job? Do I? Yeah.
It says what did you just say? Bella was in a band. Yes.
I could see her being in like a girl group, like Destiny's Child.
I mean, can anybody remember us telling us about the story about all that handing this one cigarette round? and they offered it to Bella, and she says, well, she says, I've got a packet of fags here. She says, instead of you all sharing one fag, I've one of mine. But what she didn't realise was it was, you know,
It were a happy fag.
yeah, it was a wacky backy.
Oh.
Yeah, and same as Bella says, I was naive in them days. But yeah,
In them days.
How did you react to that, Bella? Like, what did you do after that?
Hi, Ruby, how are you? She's still sort of, the penny didn't drop until sort of one of her bandmates sort of, you know, gave her the elbow and sort of said, you know, explained it to her.
You got the wacky tobacco girl.
No, she didn't have a drag of theirs.
Oh.
But she says there was practicing and there was this other band. Now they had a break in practice. And lit the cigarette up, let's just say. And Bella sat there and they were all handing it round. You know, and they sort of came over to Bella's group that she was in, you know, and offered her a drag on this cigarette. And she went, no, I've got a packet full here. You know, I've one of mine. Well, the day she told us that story, me and Chris were absolutely creasing herself with laughter. I mean, we knew when she was telling us the story what she was going to say, and we'd sort of picked up on what it was, per se. You know what I mean? But yeah. The same as Bella says, you know, it weren't sort of like as widespread as what it is nowadays. So
yeah, there's not as many fags in the world.
But yeah, we had a good laugh that day when she told us that story. Kate's
I love when Bella tells stories. That she's the best at storytelling.
Yeah, Kate says, hello there, Basington.
Hello, Kate. Hello, Kate. I need to come on panel with you one day. It's been a while. Like, we haven't talked.
You see, the thing is, I mean, it's like Kate calls Chris Pixinator. So then Chris started calling Basington. So
Basington.
Yeah, everybody's got their own little nickname.
Crimsington. Janettington.
No, I'm just Nettie.
Crimsington sounds like a proper street name.
I mean, what do you call Emma? Emmington. And Dennisington.
Emmington would be like a very small town, like, you know, like with 145 people, like a cottage country, like Emmington.
Yeah.
McCallington.
Chris has just said McCallington. Callumton.
He's the new McDonald's hamburger.
Yeah. Baz has just put, well, that's my missus for you, Jeanette, lol. But yeah, I mean,
it's not Basington. What did I say last night? Basrina.
Basrina, that's it. Chris has started calling him Basrina now.
Oh.
He's lay on the sofa, Baz, because he's sort of feeling slightly under the weather. I'm sort of getting back on my feet, and he's sort of.
I feel rough as a butcher's dog.
Yeah. If you heard that, he says he's feeling as rough. I'll just take camera around and show you, look.
Hello.
Oh.
So
Chris isn't feeling well either.
No, he's got the lurgy that I've had.
Yeah, I could hear it in his voice. You could just tell he's not feeling well.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, my version of being poorly, Steve, is, you know, I'll get over it, and his version of being poorly is he's dying.
Yeah, but what she don't tell you, she was like hell.
Oh, what?
She don't.
That's how men like suffer. They just kind of like it's like they're dying, but they get over it.
I don't. It's just said that she moans like hell. I don't. I just get on with it.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
I hate when my dad gets sick.
I did have a little bit of a moan yesterday because I couldn't get warm. I kept saying, "It's heating on. Turn it up a bit." You know what I mean? I was like that.
I thought when I were in Tropicana's last night, where I've bloody hot it where it is.
Did you hear that?
Flash, yeah.
Oh, he says he thought it in Club Tropicana. It was that hot in here last night. Baz says there's no wonder he's under the weather, Jeanette, with that shirt on. But yeah, my version of being poorly and his version of being poorly is totally different.
Yeah, but when I get it.
But the thing is, I mean, on top of not feeling myself, like with having a cold and whatever, I've been having terrible shoulder pain, and it's not just in my shoulder, it's sort of here in my collarbone. It's all here, you know, all in like this bony area.
I think I'm going out in sympathy with Kate.
So, you know, it's not just the cold that I've had to contend with. I've had to contend with this agonizing pain. You know, I've had trouble with this shoulder for years, but it seems like it's sort of, it's spreading, you know, it's not just in the shoulder, it's here in this sort of the collarbone area as well.
Maybe Chris will give you a big sensual massage.
Yeah, right.
I mean, mankini.
Yeah. I won't mankini. But it's like the doctor gives me this cream, and it's like it puts the cream on me at night, and it's like I wince when where it's painful. I wince when he sort of, you know, he has to rub it in very gently because it's that tender and sensitive that camera's froze now again.
Yeah, it keeps going off and on a little bit.
Oh, it's stopping. Oh, it's come back on now. Crim's wrap. But yeah, you know, it's a case of, as I always say to Chris, it never rains but it pours. You know, I've had to contend with not being well, sort of, you know, all bunged up and hot and cold and whatever, and then the pain from the shoulder on top of that as well.
You need that cannabis oil.
Yeah, but you see, same. I mean, you know, me and Bella have talked about it, but the strength that they sell here in this country, it's strong enough.
Mm-hmm.
So
that would definitely help for sure.
You know, I mean, they started selling it in Holland and Barrett, but same as Bella says, that the strength that Holland and Barrett do it'd be a waste of money. It's rather expensive, and the strength of it isn't strong enough.
Would it be less expensive if, like, say, someone from North America shipped it over?
I didn't get that, Steve.
What?
I didn't get that, what you just said.
I said, would it be less expensive if someone from North America shipped it over?
Well, that's sort of what we've sort of discussed. I mean, me and Chris have discussed this. It's just finding somebody in America that can get it cheap enough.
What's that?
And it's not going to cost too much to ship it over here.
I know DM's Mixed Up does that.
Yeah.
You know, it's a case of you'll try anything, Steve. I don't want to smoke weed. I don't want to get high from it. I just want the pain relief part of it.
Yeah, I can't see you with like a big blunt just smoking it and stuff like that. yeah, you know, they just get some oil going. You know?
It's a case of I've never done it and I don't want to do it. So this sort of cannabis oil is the next best solution, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because, you know, like for starters that haven't done it for the first time, it'll be really intense. Like if you don't know what you're doing.
When I say I take that many painkillers, I'm off my head off at time anyway.
Well, then this will be a walk in the park for you then, because I can only imagine painkillers.
No, I'll rephrase that. Basically, I'm on the strongest painkillers that the doctor can give me, and basically they don't even touch it. They don't come anywhere near.
Yeah, then you'd be fine. But like, say for example, if someone hasn't really dabbled with painkillers or anything, like, you know what I mean? Like it would just shock the body. You just got to be careful.
It's a case of like, I mean, like, with it being in the Christmas period, my prescription was due, and I rang up about it Monday, and Chris went to pick it up yesterday, and he always tells everybody that when he goes and picks my prescription up, he has to put wheelbarrow. He has to take the wheelbarrow. Because it's not just, you know, it's like a carrier bag full when he gets my prescription.
Yeah, you have the container that has like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the different like.
No, I've just sort of like got a bag like that big. It's actually a lunch.
Classy flamingos, I like it.
Yeah, it is actually like a, because it's like got the insulating stuff inside. But
oh, it is like a lunch bag, yeah. I like it though. I like it.
Thing big enough. You know, when they often it's all right, Bella, don't worry about it. And it's a case of, you know, when he goes to pick the prescription up, it ain't just like a few items. Let's just say my prescription is 5 pages long. You know what I mean?
Oh wow, yeah.
Pixie, Chris has just put a bit the doctor saying, "Give me some ganja, man."
you'll be lined up.
Oh dear. Same as I say. But it's come to a point now where everything's at stalemate. You know, I've been to the physio. He says, yeah, I've got arthritis coming in the base of my thumb, but I've been having trouble with my little finger, like the joint there as well. And then I lay there in bed last night, and it was like the whole of my hand were painful. So it's like, you know,
you gotta take care of that arthritis for sure.
You know, same as Chopper always says, if I got up of a morning and something didn't hurt me, I'd think I were dead. You know, and it's a case of, you know, that's the case in my case. It's I sound like well, put it this way, Chris will tell you, I sound like a pair of maracas when I get up out of bed or get up from sitting down. You know what I mean? I sound like a pair of maracas. I crack that that you know, I just sound like a pair of maracas.
I just picture like a nice song going on while you're like,
you know what I mean? And it's
yeah.
And this is no word of a lie. I can sit here, move my joints, and Chris is right over the other side of the room and says, "Oh, I heard that from over here." so that's how bad it is at the moment. So, but not to worry. I'm alive. I'm still here. There is people. Yeah.
We're glad you're still here for sure.
Yeah, Emma says she bought CBD oil, 3,000 micrograms, 3 drops twice a day, and so far used it for 3 days and feel no different. But I'm wondering, Emma, if it's sort of get into your system and feel the benefits, let's say after a week or a couple of weeks, or I don't really know. Don't really know how it works. But I've sort of heard differing stories that there's people that are on CBD oil and swear by it, that they've felt fantastic. Then you've got other people telling you that I've used it. I you know, I didn't find any benefits from it, and you know.
Do you think it's one of those mind over matter things?
I mean, it all depends what you mean by mind over matter. I mean,
Like if you think it's working and then it's working kind of thing?
I don't really know. Same as I say, I mean, I take like 3 different lots of painkillers, and to me, they're not working.
I bloody hope so, Chris.
Yeah, Chris has just put, yeah, this time next week you could be doing handstands, Emma. I
He'll be
mean,
doing psychedelic covers.
I mean, I look at it this way: just to walk normally or walk without any pain, you know, that sort of. I mean, because everybody was saying, oh, you know, like snow and all this and that. I'd just be thankful to be able to, you know, I can't walk normally as it is, let alone go out in snow or anything like that. But just, you know, just to be able to get up without every single bone in my body cracking and being in pain, you know what I mean? To not be in pain, you know, if I got one wish, you know, it'd be not to be in pain and to be able to sleep properly. You know, they'd be 2 sort of, if I'd got, like, let's say 3 wishes, one would be to not be in pain, 2 would be able to sleep throughout night and not have to sort of get up at silly o'clock in the morning, you know what I mean? And I don't know what I'd use my 3rd wish, you know.
Yeah, because I've been seeing you up like during the night a lot more now. Because I'm always like up at night, so I'm like, oh yeah, that's up.
Yeah. You see, the thing is, like yesterday, Tuesday evening, went to bed, and this is very, very rare for me. Went to bed and I slept right through till the alarm went off at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I still felt crap. Having slept all the way through.
Yeah, because you feel like your body's hibernated now, and it wants that more sleep.
Very, you know, I'm lucky if I can get like 2 hours uninterrupted sleep.
Yeah, I know that feeling. And like I'm the same way. Like my dog will wake me up in the middle of the night and I get so angry just because she wants food or she wants to go out for like a quick little pee. Because you know, like she thinks like, oh yeah, like I'll go and pee outside and I'll get like a treat. Like so she'll just do like a little one just to get like a treat. So it's
yeah,
like,
Bella's just said she wants CBD oil to help her sleep.
yeah, no, it'll definitely.
With
Maybe Emma, you should try a different batch. Like try a different kind of oil.
Yeah, well, Bella's wanted to try it as well, and it's me and Bella have both said, you know, 1, to not be in pain, and 2, to be able to sleep properly.
Oh, it helps me sleep.
So, but yeah, Bella's just said she can go 2 nights with about 3 hours sleep. I mean, that were basically the message that Bella sent me this morning. She was still awake at 5 o'clock this morning, and then eventually nodded off. Yeah, that's why she's going to keep up with it, Emma said. It's a case of you've got to keep with it because you never know. It might take a while to kick in, you know. So
yeah, there's some that are kind of like they call it a creeper, where it's like all of a sudden like it'll just hit you like, and you'll be like, I've seen so many people be like, I don't feel anything, I don't feel it, and like, whoa, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, but I mean, you're talking about the real thing, you know. We talking
the real McCoy, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, that's what we're saying. We want to get the benefits of sort of the pain relief, but we don't want the eye that comes with it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what I'm going to do, guys, I've been going like nearly 2 hours now. We've got Callum's school a bit later on. It's all right. He's not in trouble or anything. It's just the fact that he's going into his final year at school. He's got this special needs statement, and the fact that it's like a careers meeting type of thing. You know, what does he want to do when after he's took his exams next year? And
okay, yeah.
You know, what is he thinking of doing, and best way to, you know, what qualification or what exam results does he need for the, you know, but he's going to cater, well, he's hoping to go to catering college.
So it's kind of like an update to see like if he's on the same path of his goals and stuff like that.
Yeah. So Emma says your body gets adapt to the painkiller, so then they stop working. I'm on tramadol as well, Emma. So and I find that nothing works. So I know there is still the problem with YouTube, obviously, because it's all been buffering and freezing, and so obviously no, YouTube hasn't fixed it yet.
No, it hasn't been fixed.
So I will see everybody on Monday.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I'll see everybody on Monday, which is Christmas Eve.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Wow,
so,
it's like right around the corner. Wow.
Yeah. So Monday, I'll be here Monday morning as usual. I'll be doing the Christmas Eve like sort of daytime version. I think we're doing the similar sort of footing to New Year's, where, you know, we're going to different channels, etc. I don't know the plan yet. So
we'll still plan it. Like we'll do like a group conference call, like on Hangouts or something.
Yeah. I mean, Keith did say he didn't want to do the sort of midnight one, if you know what I mean, this time. So it's a case of us all getting together, saying, well, I would
love to have you. I would love to celebrate with you guys over on my channel too.
You know, it's a case of us all getting his heads together, saying, well, Chris will go at this time, Keith will go at this time, Crimson will go at that time. You know,
mine'll be the last one because it's like you guys celebrate it first, like New Year's.
Yeah, so then, and it's like, you know, we'll just play it by ear. We need everybody to sort of go on Hangouts and sort of plan out what we're doing, you know. But I think the Christmas Eve one is just play it by ear. I mean, I think Chris is on about going live on Christmas Eve. Don't know what time or anything yet. About 8, she says. So but that's Christmas Eve. But the New Year's Eve one needs a little bit more planning, obviously. Yeah,
because I'm 5 hours behind.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say, because obviously you're 5 hours behind us, and you know, you've got Australians, Americans, etc., and they all behind us. Well, Australians are in front of us, so
yeah. Cherry Giggles is in the future.
Yeah, so I'll see everybody on Monday, which is Christmas Eve. So have a good weekend, guys. I'll be up to my neck in flour and whatever over the weekend.
She's gonna be a busy bee in the kitchen, yeah, for sure.
Very busy. I'll meet myself coming back this weekend. So I'll see. Oh, I'm knocking my table. I'll see everyone on Monday, 10 o'clock or thereabouts. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.